Today on Family Matters.
I have issues with the two boys. I don't get no enjoyment out of Tyler. I don't trust Johnny, my partner with the children. I just cannot trust him because his concentration level.
Have you spoke to him about that?
Yeah, it's either if he sorts his life out today and you get through to him, or it's finished.
Why would you threaten to put the kids in a shed?
Get them to keep quiet. Yeah, I know.
Shed? Your relationship's in jeopardy. I mean, you have a woman right now who said that she's put up with this for over 5 years. If you don't really shape up and understand how important it is and the priority of what needs to get done, you're going to ruin everything for yourself here.
I lost 4 family members in the space of 7 months last year. I couldn't go to any of the funerals because I couldn't trust Johnny with my kids.
I want Joe to trust me with the kids more and for Joe to open up more and talk. And I'm prepared to do anything.
Hello and a warm welcome to the show. My first guest, Jo, says she gets no enjoyment from being a mum anymore because of her 2 sons, Tyler and Charlie's unruly behaviour. And Jo says if she had the chance, she would pack her bags and walk out. She doesn't feel she can trust a long-term partner, Johnny, anymore because all he ever does is lose his temper and shout at the kids. Take a look at this.
My name's Jo. I've got 3 children, Chloe 13, Charlie 6 and Tyler 4. I contacted the show because I have issues with the 2 boys. I don't get no enjoyment out of Tyler.
Do not rip your books.
From the minute Charlie comes home, Tyler and him just fight constantly.
Oh, get off me!
I'd pack my bags and move out if I could.
No, get away!
I can't cope with the boys at all. I don't trust Johnny, my partner with the children, because he's like a big kid himself.
Look.
I wouldn't go away overnight, or I've actually cancelled hospital appointments because I knew they might have kept me in hospital. See, Johnny's big problem is he doesn't think. Johnny's got no patience with the children. He will shout at them and swear.
Will you eat your dinner? You eat all your dinner. Now get to sleep now. Charlie, lie down you two and get to sleep.
Johnny are putting me first, not the kids. I'm that desperate. I'm actually at the end of my tether now. We can't carry on as a family like this because me and Johnny will end up splitting up or something serious will happen to one of the kids.
Welcome, Jo.
Thank you.
It's a rough day.
Yeah.
When in your mind you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, I just want to go. I actually just want to walk out the door. I actually don't want to deal with the kids anymore. Why?
From the minute I get up, they fight. When Johnny, the partner, he doesn't have no patience with them or anything. I don't get no backup for him, so it's fight from it could be from 6 o'clock in the morning. It's constantly just fight. Then they go to school.
What are they fighting over?
Anything.
Let's break it down now then.
Anything.
So give me some
Could
examples.
be a Nintendo.
So they fight over computer games.
Tyler coming down the stairs first. He has to be the first person to come down the stairs.
Right.
If he doesn't come, then all of us have to go all the way back up the stairs.
Right, and
come
you do?
down. Yeah.
So can you tell me how many other controlling things he expects the whole family to pander to?
Everything.
Give me some examples.
Eating his
the stairs
dinner.
we've got, eating dinner.
Eat
Tell
his
me about
dinner.
that.
Charlie can't eat his dinner, finish his dinner before Tyler, because otherwise he won't finish his dinner if he eats it.
So then Charlie stalls. Do you get him to stall?
All of us do. I've stopped eating dinner with him.
Right, OK. Give me another example. So that's dinner. We've got the staircase, dinner time.
Brushing their teeth.
OK, what happens there?
Charlie has to wait until Tyler
Has
brushes
finished.
his teeth.
And is that what Charlie does?
Yes.
OK, and he's told to do that by who?
Both of us.
OK, all right. What about bedtime?
Bedtime, well, they both go in the bath together. Tyler has to come out the bath first.
Yeah.
And then they want Daddy to put him to bed. Johnny to put him to bed.
And what happens there with the bedtime then? Who gets who first?
Well, they both go into their beds, like Tyler be in the bottom bunk, Charlie be in the top bunk, and then Johnny will put them down. And then they get out of the bed, get back in, get back out, get back in, and
Right, so they
Johnny
don't
will be
sleep.
shouting.
OK, so what about in the morning? Who's up before who?
Charlie will probably be in my bed in the morning, and Johnny will be in with Tyler.
So what Tyler wants, Tyler gets?
Yes, it's his way or no way.
Now, when you, at some stage, said no to him, how would he used to behave?
Sometimes he's okay. Like, or he'll just sort of like go into a stag or he'll stamp his feet or whatever. I've done everything. I've been to parenting courses. But whatever I do, then Johnny will then come and completely...
So Johnny interrupts.
He starts off well, maybe for, I'd say, 2-3 days.
Yes.
And then it would just go from, look, I'd put him on the naughty step and I'd walk away, won't speak to him, then put him back. It could take me an hour. Johnny would go on there and have a full conversation with him.
So everything you do then gets undermined?
Yes.
By Johnny?
Yeah.
What's the worst that's happened? Where you're like, Johnny, what are you doing?
Tyler, the little fella, he was out playing, you saw it on the clip, and where he went to run across the road, and like a car was coming the other side, and he didn't see that. Now, Johnny never stopped to say to him, Tyler, like, you need to stop. Now, I've taught him to stop, look and listen, but Johnny, the concentration would be somewhere else. And then he turns around and he blames me. So
how come he hasn't learned any of this? How come, you know, you're not doing that together? You know, you've had a lot go on.
I don't know, because when Tyler was 13 weeks old, he got meningitis.
Yes.
So, and from then he got, like, his behaviour's been really bad, but it's been in the last 2 years, he's been really, really uncontrollable.
But he had the virus. He got better from that.
Yes, he's got that, and
you know, you saw progress.
He's had a few health problems, but his behaviour's got worse.
In what capacity?
Like, he got pneumonia.
Right.
13 weeks. He's got problems with his legs. So he's got speech problems.
Okay, but development problems.
Yes.
So he's not reaching exactly those milestones and those peaks.
Oh, according to the people in Ireland, he's reaching them, and he's above. He's above them.
So he's had a few hurdles.
Yes.
But he's successfully got himself to those milestones, and his development's getting better.
But the behaviour is getting worse.
Right. So the behaviour has got worse. Now, do you think that's got worse because of a lack of you instilling, or through a lack of undermining?
I'm not sure, really. It's probably the lack of undermining.
No. So you just don't feel the support from Johnny?
No. And I don't trust Johnny with my kids. I wouldn't leave Johnny with the kids overnight or anything like that, or go away. I just cannot trust him because his concentration level.
Have you spoke to him about that?
Yeah. It's either if he sorts his life out today and you get through to him, or it's finished. I cannot live another 5 years, 6 years like this.
Family Matters.
Why would you threaten to put the kids in a shed?
Get them to keep quiet. Yeah, I know.
Shed? Your relationship's in jeopardy. I mean, you have a woman right now who said that she's put up with this for over 5 years. If you don't really shape up and understand how important it is, you're going to ruin everything for yourself here. Together, why don't you say to Johnny, we both need to go. Like, I want to go, I want you coming as well.
He has to work. He doesn't get paid if he doesn't go to work, unfortunately.
Yeah. Why not give him the books? You watch the shows, why not give him my books? Why not let him read? Why not all that?
Because he can't read.
OK. So literally you've been like...
But I show him, as I said, he's like seeing it...
And not just discipline stuff, but have you taught him how to engage with the children? Taught him how to play and sit down with them?
Yeah.
So you've taught him. But you're saying that he's refusing to do it?
No,
or you just don't think it's going in?
He does do it. He can sit down and play with him, but his concentration level, something else can happen and he'd be off.
So he's distracted?
Yeah, he's very distractive, Johnny, yeah.
And is he hyperactive at all? Like, can he sit down for a minute, or is he just completely distracted all the time?
You're about Tyler or Johnny?
No, Johnny.
He can be very distractive. He can't seem to sit down at 5, which is Tyler as well. Tyler's a lot like that.
OK, let's meet Johnny.
Dinner times, he's a terrible eater, Tyler.
Now, eat that dinner now.
He'll only eat, like, waffles or sausages or chicken nuggets. I'm just going to sit here until you eat the nuggets.
Tyler's a nightmare to put to bed because he keeps getting in and out of the bed, and you could be going up and down the stairs 8 or 9 times, maybe more.
Why are you getting out of bed for? You know you have to get to bed now and get to sleep, Tyler.
Joe doesn't trust me to bring the kids anywhere. I think it's the way my temper is.
No, will you lie down now and get to sleep? You don't miss.
I just say to them, right, if you don't get to sleep this time, I'm going to bring you down and put you outside in the shed.
Get to sleep now, get to sleep, or Daddy's going to bring you down and put you outside now, and that's it. Tyler, you're going down into the shed then. Hey, do you want to go into the shed? But then look at Daddy when he's talking to you.
At times I'm just lost to know what to do or what to say to them. It's just hard. I'm doing everything backwards instead of doing everything frontwards to try to help. The kids were beginning to come between our relationship, and there was a couple of times where we were going to break up over the kids, and I don't want that to happen because I love the whole lot of them.
Welcome, Johnny.
Sure.
You got upset when you saw yourself there, crying. Why?
I know I'm hard on the kids, and I know I do things wrong. And I do the opposite to Joe, what Joe tells me.
Why?
To be honest and truthful is to give in to them, just for them to keep quiet.
To give me an easy life.
But how does it give you an easy life?
It doesn't. That's what he thinks.
Is that what you think?
Times, yeah.
That's not what you just said, though. You've said that you give in to them because you just want to have the easy life. You just want to be able to...
I give in, yeah. I give in because, as I say, to stop them from arguing and shouting, you give in to give them something to get them to stop.
Yeah, but you know through that repetition and the continued behaviour that it stops for like 1 minute, and then you set a premise then for it to happen all over again.
I know.
So through watching that over and over again, why would you then continue to do the same madness? That's what you need to ask yourself today. I mean, I was listening there, and then I thought I was going to swallow that water hard when I heard you say you put them in the shed. What's a shed? I'm in the shed. I mean...
Yeah, I know.
Shed?
Yeah.
What do you do that for? I mean, I can't laugh. I can't laugh at you putting kids in a shed.
I know.
He doesn't actually put them in there. He threatens them.
I wouldn't do it. I'm not that bad.
I don't know. I've got to sit and question that. Why would you threaten to put the kids in a shed?
Get them to keep quiet.
So you basically scare them?
Yeah.
Because if you do that, then you feel like they'll listen. Right?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you, Johnny?
It's not working out.
It's not, is it?
No.
How does it feel not to be trusted?
Hard.
Tell me about that.
It's hard, like, to have kids and that your partner doesn't trust you with them. I know a lot of it's my own fault. Do you know what I mean? I bring a lot of it on myself, mostly, but...
He has no concentration. If a neighbour come out to talk to him, he would talk to the neighbour rather than watch the two boys playing. And I've seen it for myself. I've seen the boys jump from a tree, and he's not even seen it because he's talking to the neighbour. And it'll be too late when, like, he comes to me and says that one of my boys dead. And he's still... And I've said that to him, like, Tyler's broke his arm, where he's jumped out of a go-kart head first. So the kids are not safe then? They're not safe with you? I mean, really, that's what we're hearing from Jo.
Yeah.
That she doesn't feel... You say you love the kids...
I do love
but
the bits,
your partner feels that you're not safe with the kids. Have you listened to Jo when she's giving you advice?
I do listen, yeah. I do listen.
So what have you learnt? Tell me what you've learnt, because Jo tells me that she's been to parenting classes and she's shared that experience with you, that you've watched my shows, you have got all the feedback with respect to what the boys need in their life. So what have you learned?
I learned very little, to be honest with you. It's no use telling you a lie, because, as I say, it works for a while for me. I do things great for a while, and then I just go backwards again.
Do you have a hard time focusing on one particular thing? I mean, do you lack the concentration?
Oh, yeah, I'd be very... Yeah. I could be talking to you now, and if someone was the far side of me, I'd be turning around talking to them as well. I wouldn't be...
And what are you like in your own day? You know, do you stick to your plan at work?
Yeah.
Do you go off? What do you do?
I make pipes all day, and you have to concentrate on what you're doing. If you don't, you could...
Right, so you're good at focusing and concentrating there?
Yeah.
And you went like that. What's that mean?
I know you're going to say I don't do it at home.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can. You know, the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because I want to know whether you just lack attentiveness and you just can't focus, period. But that's not the case. You work in a skilled job where if you're not focused and if you don't concentrate, there are consequences for that.
Yeah.
So you're okay doing that. Joe, what do you need from Johnny? I mean,
Everything.
What do you need from him?
Help.
Your relationship's in jeopardy. I mean, you have a woman right now who said that she's put up with this for over 5 years and she's not going to do it for another 5 years. And you really need to listen to what she's about to tell you, because the truth of the matter is, if you don't really shape up and understand how important it is and the priority of what needs to get done, you're going to ruin everything for yourself here.
I need to trust you more so I can start having a bit of life back myself. I lost 4 family members in the space of 7 months last year. I couldn't go to any of the funerals because I couldn't trust Johnny with my kids. So I haven't grieved for none of them. So I haven't been able, because I couldn't trust him. And this is the first time I've actually told him this, but because I'm scared my kids something will happen to my kids.
So there was nobody else that you could have let the kids have, and you don't feel that Johnny...
because my mum, it was my mum's family, so she went over with my dad.
But Johnny couldn't have been in the house? I think it's a bit harsh to say that you couldn't...
I wouldn't have trusted him because I'd be scared he wouldn't feed them. He'd ring me up, what do I do for dinner? Oh, do them what they eat. Like Tyler's a terrible eater, so he'd only eaten certain things.
All right, but I've got to say, I think it's a little bit harsh, because he could have stayed in the house with the kids.
Yeah, but he wouldn't stay in the house with the kids.
So you're saying that he just won't stay in the house? You'd tell him, can you stay in the house, because I feel a little bit like this. I've already prepared the dinners. Everything's out there. I need to go.
He wouldn't stay in the house, because he couldn't stay in the house.
So you have to be out all the time?
Yeah.
He'd go to see his dad and be gone for 2 hours. His dad only lives 2 minutes down the road. I know he loves me to bits. I know that, and I love him, but I just can't handle the way he takes things. You can't talk to him or say anything to him, because he'd just sort of huff and go away, and then it'd come to breaking point where we're screaming and shouting at each other, and there's me telling him to pee off them.
What you're telling me, though, is that you've had all these numerous amount of conversations where you have said to Johnny, I don't feel like I can trust you, because there are things, and you pinpoint what those things are, where you could have been more attentive. I need to go to these funerals, they're my family members. And for reassurance for myself, I'm asking you, I've prepared the kids' dinners, can you just stay indoors with the kids while I go and do what I need to do? Because that would make me feel better. And what you're saying is that you had that conversation, or you didn't have that conversation.
No, we didn't have that conversation.
And you're feeling that if you did have that conversation, he wouldn't have listened to you.
Yeah, he wouldn't have.
Right,
anyway.
tell me why.
Because I know.
Why?
Johnny.
Give me an example why, because it's not just about knowing, because that's assumption. There must have been something, or you must have been in that place before where you've said that's led you to believe that you cannot trust him.
Because if I go out on shopping on a Saturday,
Yes.
say just a normal food shopping, I come back in and I'd say to Johnny, the boys been fed? No, didn't know what they want. Well, Johnny,
Why not?
I'd put them. I'd give them the sandwich at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock was rushing back. I'd put them on waffles.
So you'll say, have you fed the kids? And you say you have fed the kids?
No,
yeah,
but
chocolate spread sandwich.
So have you said to him, look, I need you to make this for the kids?
He knows what to. I've told to him. He knows exactly what to do.
You know what to make, but you choose not to listen to that.
At times.
Why?
To be honest, I don't know. I would, as I said before, I do go again at times, and I know it's my own fault by not doing what she tells me, and I know I upset her and everything.
It doesn't stop him.
Why do you make that choice? How does it make you feel when you choose not to listen?
It doesn't make me feel good anyway, I know that.
It doesn't make you feel good?
No.
But you push about it. How much say do you have in the house, Johnny?
Well, I wouldn't have as much say as Joe.
No. How much does your opinion count in the house with Joe?
Not a lot at the minute.
No, tell me about that then.
Because why it doesn't appeal or it doesn't count is the way what I'm doing and the way I'm going on and that. And as she said herself, like, she doesn't trust me. And I want her to.
Do you know what your own childhood like?
It was all right, yeah, it was pretty good,
Where was
yeah.
it difficult?
Huh?
Where was it difficult?
Well, it wasn't that it was difficult.
Who was the unfair one?
Mum was hard on me because if
Yeah.
she'd tell me to do something, I wouldn't do it, and I'd be walking out and I'd turn back and I'd say something back to her, and she often picked up the brush and,
Is Mum here today?
no, Mum passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
Like as I say, I just want to change everything today. I know.
You want to change? I'd like Joe to hear that. Can you talk to Joe? I'd like her to know what you truly do want to change, because I don't think you'd be up here having this conversation if Joe didn't feel that this was the last chance saloon. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Mm.
What do you want to change?
I want to change everything. I want to change that Joe can trust me with the kids. Like, it took a lot to come here today, like, to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate
And I want Joe to trust me with the kids more, and for Joe to open up more and talk. And I'm prepared to do anything.
When he has done well, are you quick to see that and to give him the encouragement that he needs?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I say to him, well done.
Yeah.
Well, thank
let him know.
God you've done it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But is it encouraging for him?
It would be, because he's always been put down.
And that's the point I'm trying to make, though. The point I'm trying to make is just objectively, when I look at you as a grown man, I feel that you're a grown man who didn't have that encouragement from your mother, who wasn't built that self-confidence and that self-esteem where he feels good about himself, where he will need you to affirm that for him. He will need you to, at times when you feel like, why would I need to do this?
But I can't be his mother.
No, I'm not asking you ever to be his mother.
But it's like it's like I've got 3 kids in the house. I've asked him before, why do you have to keep asking me everything? Why do I have to do everything for you? And he just says, that's me. To me, that's not an answer.
No, well...
Even before we got together, he never done anything for himself. He went to his sister, who done most of the stuff. He won't even attempt it. He backs off without giving anything a try.
So the fact that you've been with him for 10 years, I've got to assume then that you did it for him?
Yeah.
So you enabled him?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
At the start...
Thank you for being honest. So you enabled the behaviour, and now you're resentful for where you're at. Okay. A big lot of the problem here.
On Family Matters.
If I wasn't here, I don't know what Joe would do, because there isn't anybody else. Johnny puts Joe first. In my opinion, it should be the children. They should be looked after, 100%.
You do have to be a united front. You do have to realise that when Tyler wants all that power and control, you're both to blame. You're both at fault.
His relationship is affected because of Tyler, with his behaviour. That's why he's like he is, Johnny, because of you. Johnny will give in for a quiet life.
You're not coming unless you eat all that dinner for Daddy.
Where Joe will try to be a little bit stronger with Tyler. No, he's not going, because he was off earlier. It was down to me, Tyler, you wouldn't be going out at all. Joe wouldn't trust leaving the children with Johnny. But Johnny would meet somebody down the road and he'd start talking to him like, and he'd forget he's got Tyler with him like. She should be able to leave the children with Johnny knowing that they were quite all right. What I'd really like is if she could trust Johnny with the children. So it would be just nice if Joe could have a life.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
And you?
What do you see going on?
A lot of conflict.
How do they deal with conflict, these two? How do they deal with it?
Bicker at each other.
And what happens?
Well, it turns into an argument then, and the kids kick off.
How does it resolve?
They get worse.
How do they resolve their arguments?
Well, he'll go off one way.
Yeah, so you walk.
Yeah, she'll be left at home then with the kids.
Okay, so that there's never any resolve. There's just arguing and no resolve. Okay, carry on.
They just need to basically work together. But you see, Johnny puts Joe first. In my opinion, it should be the children. They should come first. They should be looked after, 100%.
But lots of people have their relationships and they parent the kids together.
Yeah, they do.
It shouldn't be one or the other. I mean, you should be able to do that together. I mean...
Yeah, but it's a separate issue, you see.
Tell me about
Joe
that.
first, and then it's like if he comes in from work and the kids have put Joe in bad humour, you'll say to the kids, "You've been bold." They're kids.
Explain what you mean by that.
Well, he'll come in and he'll say, "How were the kids for you today? How were the kids for you today?"
What was it like with Jo? You know, raising her as a young girl, your father was around?
Yep.
Okay,
Still
tell me
is.
about that relationship.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I've got a fantastic relationship with my mum and
Yeah.
dad.
It's hard work.
You both
bringing up
parented
children.
together?
Yeah.
You both made decisions together?
Yes.
Are you both disciplinarians together?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So what do you think Jo needs to learn to be more of? Because I hear there's been a lot, there's been a lot of enabling. Okay, there's been a lot of you not wanting to do something, but actually have mothered Johnny. Okay, you have enabled certain behaviour from a grown man to expect that from you, you know? And looking at that circumstance, you've also placed Tyler in a position to have all that power. To have all that power and that control. And you've succumbed to all of that and allowed him to have all of that. So I've got to rewind and ask why. Why, as a little boy that he is, you give him so much control and so much power.
I don't. He does.
But ultimately it happens. Ultimately, I don't think that we can blame it on just one person. Ultimately, together, when Tyler is wanting to come down the staircase first, when Tyler is wanting to brush his teeth first, when Tyler is wanting to eat first, when Tyler want to do, ultimately that is a joint decision. At the end of the day, that we both know that that's wrong. We both know that that's a young child that's being controlling, right? and he's allowed to be controlling. He's allowed to dominate. He's allowed to throw his weight around because you allow that both to happen. I mean, that's something that you both have to be accountable for, that you're both, you know, in that place of enabling that behaviour.
And I say to him, like, sometimes I give him for an easy life because I get it from the minute he opens his eyes in the morning. But Johnny can go off to work and then come home at 5:30. He's only got an hour and a half to spend with them then, where I've had it all day. So in the end, sometimes I just think, no, that's...
But you're still
let's give
allowing
into it. I am allowing it.
Why? So that's my question, why?
Because
Why
I'm
allow it?
tired and I'm worn out.
I think that's not enough of an excuse, to be honest.
Well, it is.
Yeah, but it's not enough to change the behaviour. You see, there's one thing in being tired, okay, and hearing your kid chant for something. There's another in being very conscientious and intelligent enough, which you are, to know that it's wrong what your kid's asking for and wants and still giving it to them. There's a difference between the two.
When I'm there on my own with Tyler, I don't give in to Tyler. And he will go on to the naughty step and everything.
And what is that like for you then?
It's peaceful because he's doing as he's told. So because it like he's actually thinking, he's stepping back and he's thinking, Mummy's serious now.
So you're saying that when you're with him and when you're with him all day, that he does as he's told and you don't give in to him and...
If it's just me and him, 9 times out of 10, he's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's when Charlie comes home at 2:30.
Yeah.
That's when all hell breaks loose. It's just like...
But then that's he's wanting to control Charlie.
Yeah.
And he's wanting to do what he wants with Charlie. But I mean, that's why you can see why that's happening because he's been allowed to get away with that for so long. So now he thinks he can intimidate and do what he wants over Charlie. What about sitting down and saying, this is how we are going to play together?
I've done all that.
You took the telly away for a week? You took computers away for a week?
Yes.
So what did you put in place?
Nothing. I didn't give nothing.
Why?
I can't answer why I never gave him anything. I just like when I banned the Nintendos.
I mean, take away telly, take away videos, take away all technology for a week, and actually put some board games there.
Oh, I
put
gave
some
them
tools out there.
colouring books and pens and
then
all
do that.
And then they still fight over that.
Yeah, but why aren't you teaching them to share? Like actually teaching them the skills that they need to learn.
We do.
So that
I
Tyler's
sit
not
down with them and say,
intimidating.
you must share. But if Tyler wants a colour that Charlie's got,
Yeah.
he won't do anything until he gets it.
So then why don't you take the pen away from him and
do.
say, and then what?
And then he just goes into a mighty stag,
Okay,
kicks
great.
off, and then kick Charlie in the head, and then I put him on the naughty step.
So why don't you separate him and keep him on the side and say he cannot do certain things?
I have tried that.
And what happened?
It doesn't work. You go back over to Charlie.
So why don't you then recognise that he's a little boy and that you're stronger than him and that you will remove him from that you'll do that one strike and out and remove him and say, no, you are not allowed back in there because of your behaviour, and stay stance with that? Why is that not possible to do?
It is possible to do.
But you haven't just done that yet?
No, I just stick him on the naughty step.
Okay.
And give him his time out.
See, the thing is, the naughty step is not... I'm hearing it over and over again as a means... I'm hearing that parents are using the naughty step as a means for a child to understand, oh, this is how you share. Oh, this is how you enjoy playing with somebody else. Oh, this is how you enjoy to compromise. Oh, this is how you... It doesn't teach. The naughty step doesn't teach all of those life skills that children need to learn from us by example and by doing. What it teaches is a child to understand that when they behave a certain way, that there is a consequence, and that the parents are old and, in charge, they're the older ones, that will implement that, so that they start to learn what those boundaries are of right and wrong. It's really looking at recognising and looking at what your kids need to learn. It's not like, oh, they're not doing that. Right, that's it, you're not listening, you're not doing that, go on the naughty step. It's about recognising how you're going to teach them and what you're going to put in place and the repetition that's going to be done. But it's continuously a drag for Jo to do that. If once she makes a nice bow and she's getting the results, you're sitting there pulling it apart, because then she feels like she's banging her head on a brick wall. And the kids see that. The kids see that, and then it becomes twice as hard to implement what was going really good that week.
I understand that.
Because the boundaries get pushed, the boundary line gets put in place, and then you come along and go, oh, we're just going to move the goalpost there now. What builds up is resentment towards you, because you're untidying every bow that Jo's putting in place, and the kids now are pushing back with more resistance. Funny that, isn't it? Because it's exactly what you're doing. So now they're copying your behaviour.
On Family Matters.
He's too scared to make a decision in case it's the wrong decision. We've spoke about the parenting, okay?
Yeah.
You do have to be a united front. You do have to realise that when Tyler wants all that power and control, you're both to blame. You're both at the family room talking to Charlie. I'd love you to watch. Did you get down today?
Cab.
You came down in a cab? It's an exciting ride down, huh? Yeah. So, I know you've got a younger brother, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Tyler.
Tyler. And how old is Tyler?
4.
He's 4. Okay. Oh, then you're the big brother then. Yeah. So, what kind of games do you like to play with your brother?
He normally plays nothing. He just sits up and watches telly.
He watches telly. What are the fun things you like to do then?
Go out and play football with my daddy.
You do? You play football? Are you good at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you run really fast. Can you dribble the ball?
Yeah.
You can? What about your dad?
All he does is just kicks and does nothing else.
Really? Can he catch up with you?
No, I just kick him and it just lands right on his head. It bonks on his
Does he do a header? Does he head the ball? Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah.
Show me. Hey! So, when you're with Dad, you go and play football, right? And then when you're indoors, are there things that you do then that you enjoy?
Play mine. Yes.
So, what's your favourite lunchtime meal?
Spuds and carrots.
Spuds and carrots. And what's your favourite fruit?
Banana.
Banana. Okay. So, Mummy as well, she's at home or she's working?
She stays at home when we're at school.
When you're at school, okay. That's good. And then does Mummy do things with you like reading or homework? Who does that kind of stuff?
She helps me with my homework.
She does, that's good. Have a little bit of help there, right? What are you doing at school then? What are you learning about at school?
Doing art.
Art? You enjoy that?
Doing all sorts of things.
So I'm here today because I'm going to help Mummy and Daddy. They want to learn how to, you know, learn more tools and techniques with the family. Do you think that would help Mummy and Daddy?
Yeah.
Do you know why it would?
No.
No. But it sounds like a good idea. Are Mummy and Daddy excited coming down today? Yeah? All right. Well, take care. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye-bye. I'm the first to say when a relationship needs time out or when I feel that somebody needs to, you know, process where they're at themselves. I have to say I think it would be a shame to throw in the towel in this relationship, and I'll tell you why. Because you've been honest enough today to recognise that there are some things that you're not following through on. If we were to be really honest with some of those things in having that conversation today, you do know how to focus, you do know how to concentrate, you do know what's right for those kids. You've been in this relationship long enough. You know, you've heard that, okay? Yeah. I do think it would be a good idea for you to turn up and show up and be there at one of the parenting classes that Joe has gone to. I really think that would be a good idea because it would show your commitment and your willingness to want to learn, to want to be able to do that, you know? I feel the real reason behind the resistance is because for you, the priority is not about the fact you don't love the kids or that you don't think about their welfare. I believe that Johnny's too busy working out how he's going to please you in a relationship. I really do. Really do. You know? You've been a woman in his life that has given him something that he hasn't had. You know, for all his warts and all, right? This woman's been there for you. No, she has. You know, she's shown you love at times when you thought, blimey, I can't believe she's given me another chance. I can't believe that she's still in it, that she still wants me. Yeah. And I think that fear of losing you, I think in his mind, all he wants to do is to be able to please you first, to keep you happy, because the thought of losing you for him would be what, Johnny?
Disaster.
I really do believe that. I really do. Are you going anywhere? Are you going anywhere in this relationship? I mean, truthfully, are you going anywhere?
No.
Are you going anywhere? Come and sit here. Then sit here and tell. Open up for a minute. Come and sit here for a moment. Tell this man what he needs to hear, because I think he's scared of losing you. I think that you've come to a point where you've lost your temper. You've got aggressive, right? And you've said, "That's it. I'm gone. I'm out. It's finished. It's over. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I know you've done that. That's it. It's finished. I'll tell you, walk out, pack my bags. You'll be gone. All of that. I know you've done that. And it doesn't make it any better. It doesn't. You know, but when you know someone's there and they're going to be there through thick and thin, then it means that he's not running scared, walking on eggshells around you, because that behaviour can be really controlling in a relationship and very stifling. And what it does is knock his confidence and makes him feel like he can't make a decision because he's too scared to make a decision in case it's the wrong decision. We've spoke about the parenting, okay? Yeah. You do have to be a united front. You do have to realise that when Tyler wants all that power and control, you're both to blame. You're both at fault, you know? You give him too much power, too much control. He's a little boy. He's a little boy. And he needs to be told, you know? But he can be told firmly. He can be excluded from things that he needs to behave better at. But he needs to be taught by you both as well, because he's not going to learn in the shed. And he's not going to learn if you don't do it. Do you understand what I mean? Okay? parenting. But here's the thing. When the relationship is warped, okay, and when somebody's holding all the power, which is you, and you feel down here, you can't realign to be together on the same page, to do what the focus is, and that's help the kids together. And you're holding that. Because when things mess up, you use yourself, okay, against the relationship. He needs to know that you do love him, you do want to be with him, but at the same time, you've got to recognise how you enable that behaviour and how controlling you can be, where he just wants to please you. It doesn't give him any confidence because of that controlling behaviour. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Does it make sense?
Yep.
Are you going anywhere?
Yeah, home. Together.
Just, you know, and also, you know, the truth of the matter is as well is that, you know, after talking to you for a bit here, you know, you were honest. As much as you can, you know, learn and read and watch, you know, there are times that when things go off the rail, you have to pull the brakes on and go, hold on a minute, what did I do?
How do I learn to trust Johnny, though?
How do you learn?
Yeah.
From the home. Teach him first, Johnny. Okay, when you're not controlling and he's not feeling threatened of losing the relationship, okay, what you then do is learn together the experience of being able to teach the kids what they're not doing, and you need to be able to have that door open to show that you can do that.
I want to do
You know,
that.
to show that you can do that. Because here's the beauty. The beauty of that is you get to have a wonderful relationship with these boys where they get to experience a lot of fun and emotionally connect with you. You become a very, very important role model in their life as a father. And that is incredibly rewarding, incredibly, you know? And they get to see that, and then the doors become open, you know, and Joe starts to see, look, you're doing these things with the boys, and actually the boys loving that, and you kept to your word and you were consistent. And then she starts to trust you, because now you're not just saying you want to do it, you're actually walking the walk and you're actually doing it. Joe can take a breather and sit back a bit and go, you know what, it's good, it's okay. Yeah. Does this all make sense to you? Because if it makes sense, then you'll follow through and you'll do. What commitment do we have here today?
Well, the commitment I was going to have when I walk off at this stage is to take everything on board and going to pull with Joe. And if Joe says no, I'm not going to go again and do the opposite.
Don't rob yourself of that. Can I have a commitment from you, and only if it's sincere, that you will participate in a parenting class so you can visually see what's being done? You know, I'm sure you're one, obviously, to learn from visually seeing.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
And I know your tone will help when you're talking to him as well. You know, when you're explaining things, will really help, because obviously you've been so mad. So a parenting class is on the way for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And learning from under the roof of home is important. Pulling back all Tyler's control has to stop immediately. And what commitment do I have from you today?
I'm going to step back and let him do more.
Yeah, good for appreciate it. I appreciate that. Appreciate you seeing that. Appreciate you seeing that. Are we feeling good? All right, I want to get you on your way and do this straight away. Thank you.